How many women?
You know, he dated like 175 women.
Are too many women. Well, we found him one more woman.
I took one look at Jen, I thought, bonus.
To see if they fall for each other. And we found his girlfriend, a Harley hunk.
I got going a little fast, she squeezed a little tighter, held the breasts up against my back.
Now that they've each had blind dates.
He said, oh, this date would be great if, you know, we could have sex.
Go, Fabio!
Will they have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet their dates later, but first let's meet our couple. Now, they had a change of heart last year when they stopped dating after 6 months, but he wouldn't stop calling her. And 3 months ago, things got hot and heavy again. So please welcome Tom Kelly and Jia Maracus. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Now, you said you're here today because you want more from your relationship, so let's start out by focusing on some of the good things.
Sure.
Jia, we'll start with you. What are some of the unforgettable things that Tom has done for you?
Well, Tom's not usually a really mushy guy, but one time he did write me this incredible love letter, and he left it right on my bed, and I came home and I found it, and I was so touched by it. I mean, I almost cried.
Now, Tom, what intrigues you about Jia?
Well, the first thing that intrigued me about Jia was her voice. I mean, listen to her. It's so sexy. I mean, Gia's voice sounds like, Gia's voice sounds like, you know, hot jazz on a cool summer night. It's just all that.
That's a nice description. Now, Jia, does Tom have any unusual habits we should know about?
Well, I mean, the weirdest thing is that he's very, very into health. Mm-hmm. And basically, he's obsessed with his colon.
And how is one obsessed with that part?
Well, he takes a lot of herbs and he's, you know, gets colonics every week. Basically, he's always in the bathroom.
I am not always in the bathroom. Wait a second. Colon cancer is a huge killer, and I will not get it.
Yeah, but a colonic a week is a little extreme.
All right? It's a preventive disease.
All right, Tom, you guys broke up once again, moving right along from that subject. Do you feel that Jia trusts you?
No, she doesn't trust me. No, no, you don't. I mean, you know what? Once, she basically asked me how many women I've been with, right? Mm-hmm. And I told her, and it was a lot, and she freaked out. And now every time President Clinton's on TV with this whole thing, I get compared to Bill Clinton. It's like, oh, Bill Clinton has nothing on you.
Yeah, well, because he told me
Bill
that
Clinton has nothing on
He
you.
told me that he went out with like 100 and, you know, he dated like 175 women.
That's a pretty big number.
Yeah, that's a pretty big number. I'm thinking,
many.
What, am I just one out of, you know, 5 million?
All right, Jia, let me ask you this then. If he's a little insensitive about that issue, how sensitive do you think he is to your other needs?
I don't think he's very sensitive at all. I mean,
no, that's not true.
No, it's true. I mean, there's, you know, if I call him up and I'm crying and I'm
Jia,
upset.
When you call me up and you're crying and you're upset, I'm there. I'm on the phone.
You're not
I'm listening.
There. No, what happens is you instead of feeling with me, you give me advice. It's like you have the emotions of a robot.
No, I give you practical advice.
So, Jia, you're saying he doesn't connect with you emotionally?
I'm not unemotional.
Right.
No, I'm realistic.
No. Okay,
I am
fine.
realistic.
Well, I need you to be more compassionate.
Tom, what does Jia do for a living?
She works in a flower shop and answers the phones in some flower shop.
You say that with such a condescending tone.
You know, I think the job is very beneath her, and she can do much better.
Well, I think you should support me in whatever I want to do.
I do support.
If I'm happy.
Well, Jia, let me ask you, would you say his expectations of you are unrealistic?
No, I have high expectations for Jia, and that's why I think working in a flower shop is a waste of her time.
But I like it. I like what I do. I like being around flowers, and I'd be unhappy in an office.
Big source. That's a big source of. That is a big source of the problems that I'm not emotional enough for.
Yeah, are there other expectations though that are hard to deal with that he has for you?
Yeah, I mean, he expects me to be at his beck and call. It's like, you know, he'll call me up. Hi, Jia. You know, these are the times that I'm available. I'm available Saturday night.
Because I work all the time.
Well, I work all the time too.
I mean, do you want some guy who's like gonna just, you know, sit around and watch TV all day, or some guy who's going out and making some money?
But Jia, do you think that he's taking advantage of you then and just takes you for granted?
No, I don't think he's taking advantage. I just think he needs to plan ahead. And if he wants a date for the weekend, then he needs to call by Wednesday.
She wants to play by the rules. Now, Tom, let me ask you about the times that you guys do get to go out. Do you guys get to do the things you want to do?
Well, yes and no. I mean, actually, I would be into doing like adventurous dates, like, you know, going skydiving or something like that. And Jia kind of wants to do the same thing all the time. like go to dinner and maybe go to the movies.
Yeah, right. Do regular things.
And you know, but there's.
Yeah, but what if you guys went out dancing or did something else like that? Is that too wild?
We don't usually do that.
do that either.
So it's just dinner, Jia.
It's kind of the
No, it's
same
not
stuff
always
all
dinner.
the time.
All right, Tom, tell us why you thought this was a good time to come on and date somebody else then and mix things up.
Well, because basically I'm a risk taker. I like to be adventurous. I thought that, you know, since I'm not 100% satisfied at everything that we do, then maybe finding someone else to do exciting things with would be kind of fun, you know, intriguing, you know, worthwhile.
Okay, and we'll see what happened then. Well, it seems that Tom and Jia have some legitimate concerns. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out, are they going to stay together, or will they have a change of heart? So stay with us. Welcome back to Change of Heart. We're here with Tom and Jia. We're trying to find out if their relationship can be better the second time around. Now, Tom thinks Jia is a bit boring, has a dead-end job, and trusts him about as much as Ken Starr trusts Bill Clinton. So we fixed him up with a trusting Texan who is so adventurous she once seduced a man on an elevator. Please welcome Jen Jeffrey. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. Jia, we'll start with you. What do you think of Jen?
She looks like somebody who would seduce someone on an elevator.
All right, Tom, one of the things that you were complaining about with your date with Jia was that they were too dull. So tell us what you planned with Jen.
Well, yeah, they're getting a little boring. So Jen and I went bungee jumping.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Well, yeah, I picked her up at 6 a.m. You know, we drove 2 hours to the site. We hiked 4.5 miles up to get there. It was a blast.
All right, now at 6 a.m., people sometimes can be a little rough looking. How did Jen look at 6 a.m.?
I took one look at Jen and I thought, bonus.
Bonus? Okay.
She looks great. She has, like, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. It looks like Barbie. Basically, you know, she runs 5 miles a day and she had these really cute pair of shorts on. You can tell she runs 5 miles a day.
Jia, what do you think? Does she remind you a little bit of Barbie?
No.
No. Jen, let me ask you. There it is, 6 a.m., crack of dawn. Here comes Tom. What were your thoughts?
I thought he was very good looking. He has a nice, luscious head of hair. Just want to run my fingers through it. Very nice.
So you were okay with that, even at that early hour. All right, Tom, you disapprove sort of with the fact that Jia works in a flower shop. What does Jen do?
Oh, Jen's got a great career. She's a publicist. And so, you know, on our 2-hour drive, we got talking about careers, and I'm in finance, and she's in publicity, and she's very, like, committed, and, you know, she has, like, a really good job, and it's hardcore. I mean, this girl's hardcore adventurous. Yeah. You know.
All right, well, let me just ask Jia something, though. Jia, do you think it's more important being a publicist than working in a flower shop?
No, I think what's important is being happy.
Fair. So I assume since you started out so early, there was breakfast somewhere along the way there, Jen, wasn't there?
No breakfast. It was a little too early for me to eat, but Tom did manage to down this nasty drink. It looked like green algae, moss, and
it's very good for you.
But it is. But you know, I mean, it's nutritious. You got to admire that. He's like into his body, into keeping fit and everything. It was just kind of nasty looking.
Oh, but you know, I had plenty of energy throughout the whole day, and it was good. And
well, yeah, and I used to date a guy who actually drank nutritious drinks like that.
Now, Jen, could you tell though as the date went on that this green stuff was kicking in anywhere?
Actually, you could definitely tell.
yeah.
It was about a 4-mile hike to the jumping site, and about another 1/4 mile to the outhouse. When we got to the outhouse, it was full of like killer bees. So we're like, that's probably not a great idea. So Tom kept having to like run off into the woods to.
So just squatting in the woods. There's a
guy.
Yeah.
You just sort of let it all hang out there.
Tom, anything about Jen you didn't like?
Well, you know, I do prefer bigger breasts. Gia definitely has her beat in that category.
Small.
Now, Jen, one of the things that Gia was complaining about that was Tom sort of emotionally detached and not real comforting. What do you think?
I disagree. We got into a conversation about our families, and right, I told him about my parents' divorce when I was really young, and he was very compassionate, very comforting. So,
now, see, Gia,
well, yeah, because she doesn't know him. She's been one day with him.
Jen, one of the things that Jia said was he sort of was robotic sometimes and not real emotional, even when they were doing things together. Was he like that on the date?
Not at all. When they asked for volunteers for the first person to jump off the bridge, he was like, "Hello, pick me," like freaking out.
He's ready to go.
I wanted to jump.
Well,
wanted to
wanting
go.
to jump off a mountain
No,
and being
bridge.
emotional are not necessarily the same
No,
thing.
but it's all part of the same ism, you know, like inside it's all there. You know,
Ism,
it's all- it's all-
ism.
Now, Jia, would you ever do something like this? Would you go up to the bridge and...
No, I would
no,
not.
before you decide, actually, we're going to take a look at Tom and Jen in action here, I think.
3, 2, 1, go!
So that you're encouraging her, Tom, right? Very nice. That was... I would never do that. Now, Jia, never?
No, never. Dying does not interest me.
There's no death. It's easier to die on the freeway. It's a lot safer than the freeway.
All right, so Tom, let me ask you this. You had a really bonding experience doing something like that, adrenaline pumping. Did you want to bond it with a kiss or anything?
Yes, I would have liked to have ended the day with a kiss, but I think Jen has too much class for that.
So did you even try or not go there at all?
No, we sort of like had a little hug.
We had a hug.
And
Nice hug.
that was really about it. But she's a really wonderful girl, very beautiful, very athletic, very adventurous, and definitely a big temptation.
I see. Now, Jia, what about your first date with Tom? Did you guys kiss or make out?
Yes, we did.
You did.
Yes.
Is that a class issue then?
I don't think so.
well.
I don't think it's classy
No.
or not classy to kiss or not kiss. But do you think so?
What? I wasn't saying it against you.
But he didn't do it, so he left it as sort of a gentleman. Now, will Jen's love of adventure be enough to give Tom a change of heart? That's what we want to know. We're going to find that out later. Next, however, we get to meet the man that Jia dated, and we'll hear what happened on their date, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Change of Heart. We just heard what happened on Tom's date with Jen, and now we get to meet the man that Jia dated. Now, Jia wishes Tom was more emotional, less controlling, and was less concerned with digestion. So we matched her up with a laid-back, caring man who would never go for a high colonic. Please welcome Jerry Reek. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you. Tom, let me ask you, do you think Jerry's as fit as you are?
He's got longer hair.
All right, Jerry, I have to ask you, I guess, is there any concern or any problems with your colon?
No, as a matter of fact, my colon's in real great shape.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And Jia, how would you say the rest of Jerry's body is?
It's great. I mean, he's much taller than Tom is. He's like 6'3". He works out a lot. He's got long hair. He's like total surfer dude.
And you like that? All right, Jerry, let me ask you about Gia's voice, because Tom did say initially that he found her voice very sexy. Did you find the same?
Oh, Tom, you were right. She has an extremely sexy voice. When I talked to her on the phone, I couldn't wait to meet her.
And so, Jerry, there you got this picture going in your mind. Did the looks match up when you finally met?
Oh, yeah, she's extremely sexy. I couldn't believe it when I saw her. Most women in Hollywood are a lot of plastic, but Gia's all real. Cute face, perky breasts, look great.
Very good. And Jia, could you feel this, though, once you met, that he was really digging on you?
Yeah, he actually said, "Oh, Tom's lucky to have that little hard body."
Now, Tom, if you're on a first date, would you ever make a comment like that?
Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, no. I mean, you have to treat a woman like a woman, you know, and you have to have respect for them from the get-go. And if you don't have it in the first date, you're not going to have it some way down the line on, like, you know, the last date or.
All right, now, Jerry, one of the things that Tom was complaining about that was Gia's not very adventurous. So tell me you guys didn't sit around and play Parcheesi or something. What'd you guys do?
No, as a matter of fact, when I picked her up, she grabbed onto me with both hands and we took off for a ride on my motorcycle.
Ah, back of a bike. Now, Jia, that's kind of adventurous, getting on the back of somebody's motorcycle and taking off.
It was great. I loved it. I had an ex who had a motorcycle. It was great.
Get to
I love motorcycles.
hang on.
Yeah, it was fun. We went super fast. It was great.
Oh, nice and safe.
Now, Jerry, Tom would have us feel that Gia's a little bit dull when you're going out dating. Did you have a good time? Was Tom wrong about that?
Oh yeah, we had a great time. I think Gia really enjoyed the motorcycle ride. I really enjoyed the motorcycle ride. we had a great time.
Yeah, the first time is always great. It's all new.
Anything especially nice stand out about the motorcycle ride?
Oh yeah, just we talked all the time. It was great. I got going a little fast. She squeezed a little tighter. Felt her breasts up against my back. You know.
What do you think, Tom? Now, 60 miles an hour when you're pressing into someone's back on the bike, that's a little adventurous.
Yeah, I guess if that's your version of adventure, if that's about as far as you want to go, you know.
Okay. Jerry, after the motorcycle ride, did you get to see the boring side of Jia at all on the date?
No, not hardly. I took her down to Marina Del Rey and we went out on a boat. And, you know, I thought the ocean might be a little too rough for her, but she says, no, let's go for it. Let's go fast. And so we did.
Now, Jerry, while you were out with Jia, was she talking about her boyfriend Tom at all?
Yeah, a little bit. He said he was really into himself a lot, really self-absorbed.
Rather complimentary. Tom, do you think that's true?
It's nice to know how I get described, you know, to the general public as self-absorbed. I mean,
Yeah. Now, Jia, you were complaining that Tom was unemotional. Was Jerry any different than that?
No, Jerry was very, very sensitive. We talked about my uncle passing on recently, and he was great. I mean, he really was listening, and he seemed to genuinely care and was very compassionate, very comforting.
Yeah, and how would Tom be in that situation?
He just wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't say anything.
Just there.
Yeah.
you know, that is so untrue, Gia.
Now, Jerry, you guys are out on the water. It was a little rough, you said, but did you swimming or anything like that?
Yeah, it was a little cold to go swimming, but we did go over to this little area where it's really secluded, and I told her, yeah, this would be a great place to go skinny dipping, and she seemed like, she was kind of interested in that.
Maybe.
It's a shame it wasn't a little warmer.
Well, if
Maybe
the
we
water
could've
was a
found-
little warmer,
yeah.
you might have had something there. Now, one of the things Tom was complaining about her working in the flower shop, and you know, that might be beneath her. Do you think that's a problem?
No, not at all, because it sounded like she really wanted to do something else, but she's really happy with what she's doing at the flower shop, and that's what's most important.
Well, that's good. Okay. So you had the motorcycle ride. You ride on the boat. Any more adventure as the date went on?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we got off the boat, hopped back on the motorcycle ride, went for a cruise up Sunset, you know, watching the sunset, rode up through to a club for a nightcap, and, you know, I went a little fast with the curves again, so she'd hang on a little tighter, and starting to get a little chilly, and, you know, so I asked her if she wanted to put her hands in my pockets, and she did.
Oh, Jia. Hey, Tom, what do you think? She's got the hands in the pockets. They're on the bike, on the curves.
I guess she had just a great time. Yeah.
And this was fun, Jia?
Yeah, it was really fun. We ended up going down Pacific Coast Highway. It was beautiful. The sun was setting. It was really, really pretty.
All right, so everything I've heard so far sounded pretty good. Was there anything at all that you didn't enjoy?
No, I mean, you know, the only thing was at the very end of the date, he said, "Oh, this date would be great if, you know, we could have sex."
Wow.
Go Fabio!
A
Yeah.
little bit raunchy, but
All right. Yeah, directly to the point.
Jerry,
huh?
is there such a thing as a
Yeah.
fun date if you're not having sex?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that date was extremely fun, and
Close
I
for
had
a
a lot
romance
of
novel
dates,
cover or something
very
like that.
romantic dates, and no sex was involved.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, you know, I had a great time with Gia on that night, and you know, I must admit, her goodnight kiss did leave me wanting more.
Okay, very good. Will Tom and Jia have a change of heart? During the break, they have to make their decisions. We're going to find out when we come right back what they've decided, so stay here. All right, welcome back to Change of Heart. Here we are at the moment of truth. During the break, Tom and Jia each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, Tom, you guys came on the show because you said it wasn't 100% satisfying, and this is like the second time around, so I don't know if that's better or worse for the two of you, but we're going to find out. Now, Tom, you said you wanted to date somebody that was more adventurous, somebody not giving you a hard time about all your past relationships, and the job issue was a concern for you. And so here you are with Jen. She's a publicist. She was jumping off the bridge at 6 a.m. She's high adventure, and you had a good date. So what's your decision, Tom?
Well, I had a wonderful time, Jen, on our date. It was a lot of fun, and but you know, being here, I kind of realized that Gia might be a little bit more adventurous than I had at first thought. So I've decided to stay together.
Okay, Tom. Jen, sorry things didn't work out for you.
All right.
Okay. Now, Gia, your turn. You said you wanted to date somebody that had some more emotional context to them.
Right.
Somebody that wasn't obsessed with their colon and their digestive thing that was going on. There you were with Jerry. You had a really good date with him. You guys did a lot of adventurous things. I mean, considering that we were thinking you were going to be a big dud and didn't want to do anything exciting, you were out there swinging. So you guys had fun. Tom wants to stay with you. What's your decision?
Well, Tom, I mean, I know you don't think I'm adventurous, but I think I am really adventurous. So I had a change of heart.
You're going for the big adventure. Jerry, does that work for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay, that works for Jerry then. Very nice. Now, Tom, you came on the show to see what would happen, and this is it. So second time around, you found out maybe that there's somebody else out there that's more adventurous. Some mad super stunt woman's waiting for you somewhere. And Jia, congratulations and good luck with Jerry. That is our show for today. Thank you very much, Tom and Jen, and good luck to Jia and Jerry. I'm Chris Jagger. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.